star-crossed dupatta moments, colorful chiffon sarees in green meadows, एक दो shared jackets इधर-उधर. See, fabric has always been Bollywood वाले romance का biggest wingman. Welcome to Pyar, Pyaar, Pyaar, the Swaddle series exploring the evolution of filmy romance. In the average Bollywood film, costumes often become tools for messages.
I said no short skirts in the college, please.
Miss Vaganza,
Miss Bergenza.
तुम कुछ कह रहे थे मल्होत्रा?
These costumes always become a huge part of the audience's lives off screen, even more so when there's romance involved. The visual glamour of this romance is often amplified using costumes. Along with हवाओं का चलना and violence का बजना, लड़कियों के दुपट्टों का उड़ना तो जरूरी है. At least 40s or 50s में तो that was definitely the case. The dupatta often formed the dividing line between the good heroine and the bad vamp. Its presence was a marker of respectability. Actor Waheeda Rahman had famously refused to shoot for the song Kahin Pe Nigahein Kahin Pe Nishana unless a dupatta was added to her ensemble. You must be thinking, iska romance ke saath kya lena dena? Well, in the film's visual language, the honor associated with the dupatta was allowed to temporarily lapse only when romance entered the picture. The idea was that when a romantic partner entered your life, the strict feminine code of propriety could fly off, sometimes with the help of a destined hawa ka jhoka. The dupatta held an important position in the courtship, where the woman playfully questioned the man's audacity to pull at her dupatta while actually enjoying it. In a sense then, it was even liberating. Romance allowed women to rise above the mandated norms of the good woman who would otherwise be tied down by zamane ke regressive khayal. The trend continued into the 60s with Asha Parekh singing about wanting to stay behind a veil. In the 70s with Meena Kumari pointing out social double standards with her dupatta. In the 80s with a soulful Rishi Kapoor singing to a veiled Tina Monim. In the 90s with the inimitable Chunari Chunari, and ever since with several other chartbusters. Today the dupatta isn't seen as much as it would be back then, but even when an actor is seen wearing one, it isn't necessarily tied to regressive ideas anymore. Designer Payal Khandwala points out, the difference is we have the choice now to wear the dupatta simply for the romance of it or for its drama, rather than as a symbol of modesty. And where the dupatta has flown, can the sari really be far behind? No talk of romance and fabric in Bollywood is really complete without the one and only chiffon sari. Its popularity can be attributed to the escapism it evokes. Rolling green hills, gorgeous heroines, beautiful songs in the background as everything fades except for the young couple in the frame. Back when Yash Chopra first created these sequences with films like Silsila and Chandni, this language of romance was completely fresh. In her paper, Rachel Dyer points out that Yash Raj heroines display a healthy female sexuality. While saris were generally used to depict the chaste Indian woman, the chiffon sari added a twist. It gave us the woman in love. She was still a good woman, but when she wore that chiffon sari, the heroine became desirable and the romance became sensuous in a totally new way. Directors like Karan Johar, Farah Khan and Rohit Shetty took inspiration and thus began years of making heroines freeze in chiffon saris. And sometimes, the chiffon sari became more about lust than love. With songs like Kaate Nahi Katte and Tip Tip Barsa Pani, it's the sari's erotic potential that shines through. While these wet sari sequences are often considered lewd and voyeuristic, Dyer points out that they make sense in light of our cultural relationship with rain and sexuality. It also makes for a break from the general idea that female sexuality should be chaste or hidden. In fact, in stark contrast to the usual modesty that comes with a sari, here the woman is seen to revel in her sexuality and celebrate it. And like with the dupatta, the sari too has done away with the regressive ideals attached to it. Earlier in films like Purab or Paschim, Saira Banu's character adopting saris had a moral message. Even Anjali's major wardrobe change in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai signified her grand transformation into the ladki of Rahul's dreams. Now this chastity has been replaced with freedom, and the sari, even when not dripping with barish ki boonde, is used to enhance the actor's sensuality. But while the sari itself remains popular, the popularity of romantic sequences with chiffon sari-clad heroines has declined. पहले romancing in a foreign locale brought a sense of escapism to the audiences. मगर अभी with growing accessibility, it just doesn't have the same appeal. In Rocky और रानी की प्रेम कहानी, Karan Johar pays a note to Yash Chopra with the sari in snow sequences in Tum Kya Mile. But no matter how aesthetically it was shot, it would be a lie if we said we didn't take it with just a pinch of salt. And actresses have also pointed out on several occasions that they are not fans of this very inconvenient aesthetic.
Are you serious? मैंने सारी पहनी है.
So maybe it's a good thing that this icy romance trope is now a thing of the past. And while tropes involving saris and dupattas are becoming obsolete, newer romantic symbols have come into the picture since the early 2000s. Now we have towels, blankets, and the most popular one, sharing clothes. Bollywood films की classic era में romance का एक end goal था, शादी. In the course of the film, we would see the couple work to overcome all external hurdles for their romance to culminate in this shadi. Now, things have changed. In her book Conjugations, Sangeeta Gopal points out that movies in contemporary Bollywood begin where classic cinema ended. So newer movies are now exploring the intimacy between young couples after they commit to one another, both inside and outside marriage. India has seen rapid urbanization and a rise in gender mobility. It's also seen a shift from the joint family setup to the nuclear family setup. So now, the new romantic journey crosses many lines that would have earlier been taboo. In DDLJ, when Kajol wakes up in SRK's shirt, she is appalled at the prospect of the loss of her modesty because Hindustani ladki ki izzat yada yada yada, you know the drill. Now, with wider acceptance of relationships, we are also starting to accept the different forms of intimacy that come with it. With a little help from fabric, now we see premarital sex, unmarried couples living together, breakups, and much more. Up directors have fewer inhibitions about intimacy. And while yes, we do miss the days of dupattas and saris being a necessary ingredient of romance, we have to admit, this is a refreshing twist in the ever-evolving relationship between filmy Pyaar or fabric. What is your favorite fabric moment in Bollywood films? Tell us in the comments below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Swaddle for more.